Hello, welcome to this tropical update. So let's see what's happening. We have still that area in the Gulf there. Now it's down to 10%, but they say that this will continue bringing a lot of heavy rain to parts of Texas, Louisiana, and other areas. And by Tuesday, the system is forecast to move inland and further development not expected. But it might develop if it remains offshore, but it will probably just move inland. So be careful there with the heavy rain. And let's see, there's this main system here. It's just 40%, but let's see. Shower and activity associated with tropical wave is 700 miles east of the Western Antilles has changed the organization since yesterday. The disturbance is expected to move westward, reach the Western Antilles on Monday, then cross the Eastern Caribbean on Tuesday. Environmental conditions are forecast to become more conducive for development, while the system moves across the central Western Caribbean Sea during the middle to latter part of the week, and tropical depression could form during that time. Regardless of development, this system could result in gusty winds and very heavy rain parts of the Western Antilles on Monday, so be careful there. And we have this third system at 20% chance, like I showed you yesterday. We had those other signals there. So a tropical wave over Western Africa is forecast to move offshore by Monday. The after environmental condition could support some slow development of the system throughout the week, and when it moves slowly west or west-northwestward over the eastern tropical Atlantic. So be aware there. Now the main concern is the rain and winds the system will bring to the Caribbean, and this one in Texas, Louisiana. So, but let's see what the models think. So this is the latest GFS. Wait, it shows the system there affecting the Caribbean month. Then it shows it trying to develop, but really developing in the Western Caribbean, like approaching Belize, then coming off again in the Gulf of Mexico, going towards Mexico. Then it has a split, a part of the moisture split in two, and half goes to the Eastern Pacific and forms something there, and half continues in the Gulf and goes to Texas. So the GFS is kind of crazy sometimes, but you never know. Let's see if we have the 12Z European. So it shows the wave there. That's the wave. It will bring the rain to the Caribbean and everything, affect Jamaica with more rain and stuff, but it doesn't really have it developing. This is weird because the runs in the last few days had this developing, but the 12Z doesn't. So let's see. There's the 0Z today. It showed it developing right there where the GFS showed, right by Belize there. So I think the Caribbean has to be careful with the heavy rains. Jamaica has to watch for the rains as well, and Belize has to be monitoring this, and the Yucatan as well has to be monitoring this. So let's see. The icon has 12Z. It has the system there still. Let's see. It kind of develops that first system in the Gulf there, and keeps it offshore and goes into Mexico. That's weird because it's supposed to go inland into Texas, and that new wave tries to form something by Belize but doesn't. So the model runs today aren't very excited. They're like saying this will struggle to develop, it probably won't, and will go into Central America, but there's still a good chance that it will develop right by the Western Caribbean there. So the Canadian has it crossing Belize as a tropical disturbance and forming the southwestern Gulf there by September 9th. So yeah, we'll keep monitoring this, but just be careful with the heavy rains there. And there's those other systems in the Atlantic. They could quickly spin up there, but nothing crazy. The GFS has, let's see, it has some systems quickly spinning up there, but not living very long. But the GFS actually has a new system by September 17th there, approaching the Leeward Islands. So we'll keep monitoring this. And the European has a lot of moisture there, maybe something spinning up very quickly there. So we'll keep watching this and stay safe from the rains there meanwhile. So let's see. The ensembles from the European still show a signal there, but not as high of a signal. There are like way less members showing today, and most of them going to Belize and Guatemala there. And there are some members in the Gulf showing the Southwestern Gulf, but most members are there in the Atlantic for those other systems. So there's less. Let's see here, the GFS. So it also has like 5 members going there into the Yucatan as a hurricane, but there's not much support as there was yesterday. So let's see, it has more support there for those other systems potentially spinning up later in the Atlantic. So we will we'll keep monitoring this, and the main thing you need to know here is stay safe from like the thunderstorms and the gusty winds that will come with this tropical wave. We had already some flash flood warnings in Barbados today because of the rainstorms and stuff, and we already have some storms already in the Caribbean there. So there'll be more rain there, especially Monday. Today's Sunday, so this is like tomorrow. More some heavy rains and more storms there through the Caribbean, even Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, the northeastern Caribbean. So be careful if you are in a low-lying area. Be aware of flooding and stuff, but this is nothing huge. You just be like scared thunderstorms and some heavy rains. Nothing that crazy, but be aware. You never know what can happen. So let's see. So in the next 5 days from the system, so like 22 millimeters, 27 millimeters, 36 millimeters there, 22 millimeters. So nothing that crazy, but you have to be aware. With some heavier thunderstorms, 23 millimeters in Barbados. So it shows more in eastern Puerto Rico there, close to 41 millimeters, 40 millimeters the Virgin Islands. So might be more storms there. And the GFS has a similar thing, some 37 millimeters in spots there, and then it goes there. The Icon has kind of the same thing, but a little bit more further north. It passing very close to Hispaniola and Jamaica there. And actually, let's see, Jamaica in the next 7 days shows like some 86, 94 millimeters, 49 millimeters there as this system crosses. So might leave some more rain and storms there by like Wednesday. And then the next 5 days, the European has more in southern Honduras, some heavier storms there. Nicaragua, some more afternoon storms. Guatemala, more showers and storms. Southern Mexico especially. Central Mexico shows more, so 90, 60 millimeters, some areas with high accumulation. So be careful during heavier thunderstorms. And the storms will be heavier in central northern Mexico. Some areas there close to 119 millimeters. So be careful there. Tormentas y lluvias más fuertes, zonas centrales de México y más al norte, sí de México, sí. Precauciones. Good. So let's see here. It also shows some more showers and storms in Panama, Costa Rica, but nothing crazy, and a lot in western Colombia, so be careful there. And the GFS has some crazier things because it has more accumulation in El Salvador, Honduras. It has some heavier storms there, so be aware. It has in southern Mexico more as well. In the Yucatan, some more afternoon storms, and it has like the European a lot for central Mexico, more afternoon storms in western Mexico, and more in northern Mexico and Texas. So stay safe there. And yes, and in terms of winds, let's see here. So it shows the system approaching. The GFS doesn't have anything crazy, just some 48 kilometer per hour winds in the northeastern Caribbean there, swing us. But the Europeans kind of more realistic. It shows some gusty winds, but the tropical wave will be like down there, but the gusty winds will be all the way up there. So some 50, 60 kilometer per hour gusts in parts of the Virgin Islands, some 48, 50 kilometer per hour gusts in other areas. So be aware there. Some gusty winds, even through Puerto Rico by Tuesday. Parts of the Turks and Caicos, Dominican Republic, some gusty winds as well. And eventually to Jamaica later, in other parts of the Caribbean as this crosses there. So be aware, and the waves will be a teeny bit higher as well in the northeastern Caribbean because of this, and later in the southwestern Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. So be aware there. We'll keep monitoring the system and stay safe.